Set. Blue 60.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And that's complete to Jesse James. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. He picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready. 280.
Don't get nervous.
Alert.
Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Alert. Alert. 3 down. 3 down.
Hey, Alpha.
To throw is Stafford. James has it. 20. Well, they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you,
Hey, 22.
makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup.
Check, 43. Hey, me and you all day.
Throwing is Stafford. Oh, good. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. He dropped down at the 2, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Johnson, the intended target.
13-yard line.
Let's go now. 44 for Pittsburgh. 44. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. On the toss, here's Johnson. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Arizona.
Set, ready. Go to base. Watch the run. Watch the run. Put it to the kick.
First down, Murray. Wilson snags it left side. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, saying, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Murray now on first down. Flushed out right. Going for a right side here. Complete. And he'll go down at the 28.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
44, Mike, 44.
To throw again on second down. Murray. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. A first down carry for Johnson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. We're second and 11. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Steps away to his left. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. They'll try it long. This is Johnson. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. 5 yards on the touchdown run. And the Cardinals are in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Needs good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained job to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. A toss, left side, Johnson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Third and long, it's Stanford. Incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Had to pass there. Third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him to make the play.
On 2nd and 12, Murray, and that's incomplete.
A good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play, because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Kill.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. On the return, here's Agnew. A very good return there, giving it even 20 yards. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 49.
And Detroit getting set to go now. The results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you have two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Ready. Middle.
From the gun, here's Stafford. This one complete to Theo Riddick. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Bang!
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Lucky.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge differences we know between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down now. It's Johnson looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle.
It's now 3rd and 4.
50.
43 is the mic.
Now Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hawkinson. And they get this one to about the 20-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, 5-0!
Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Yeah.
To throw again. Stafford. To the right, incomplete to Galladay. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and
They're not
goal.
ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Prater for the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Murray now on first down. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space.
44, Mike, 44. Here we go. Big Ed.
Play fake. Murray. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it. They need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Get in the weight room. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Explain.
Back to the pistol. Here's Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
At the Lions' 31-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's just me and you. It's just...
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. He'll let this go. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, we'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. 14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on first down. Stanford. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for Marvin Jones. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check. Hurry!
The final shot before the break. Stanford. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
Sam Martin to kick off for Detroit.
The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the pass. 44's Mike. Check.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Husky. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Husky.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point good by Prater, and we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. Runs over him. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they'll set up with a 2nd and 1.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Move. Hey. 4 down.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Ready.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Down back at the 36-yard line.
We go set. 250.
Even.
4 easy alert. Hey, easy.
Motion. Under 10. 10.
Set. 180. Hey, 22.
Watch tight. Hey, 4 down.
To throw on 2nd down to Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. He gets his tight end over the middle. T.J. Hawkinson. And they've got it way across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Set. 180.
Back to 48 right now. Let's go. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
On 1st down, Johnson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
And we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Flush to his right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, high 7.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. And that's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Kill.
Drill right, 22.
Running from the gun, Johnson. Tackle made by Tanner Vallejo. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Monday. Five. Let's go.
Here we go, D.
What happened?
Out of the gun, Stafford. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. He's checking. Squeeze.
Stay with your man.
Watch twist.
Now it's him carry for Johnson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, around Johnson. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And now Murray's going to set up the throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, we got four now.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray being chased out left. He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him free, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
And on 4th down, honors the punt team, sending this one away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Watch the safety creep.
Now a handoff. Johnson trying to run inside, but nothing there. Robert Kimdichie, the one to bring him down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
SOS. Chance.
Here's Stafford now on second down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Let's go.
After the turnover, here's Murray. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A good gain of 12 yards that time. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to lead that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but then an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
40 got.
Now on 2nd and 13. Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Now it's Stafford. And Stafford's going to be taken down. That's a safety. Guys, his game's felt a bit weird all along the whole way through, and no better play maybe exemplifies that weirdness than that safety right there.
Partner, you got a tie game and time running out. You got to be ultra careful down on that end of the field, and this could very well be the play that decides this football game.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah.
They have enough now. Johnson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 33-yard line.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. To throw is Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are on the field?
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is scooped up by the Lions. He's at the 40, past the 20, 10, and in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. And that is a tough pill to swallow. All they had to do, Charles, keep the ball, work this clock.
The only way for the defense to win was to force the fumble, and they did. Took him the other way for a score. And now, for the offensive team, it will take a miracle, perhaps, to win this ball game.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll put it out to the 25. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let, and that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They're going for it. It's Murray. Buying time to his left. He can run for it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Cardinals' 42-yard line.
Set! You waiting?